Sup everyone, Scotty Tomcat here. Just before I start this video, I just want to say I'm very sorry I don't have the multi-part collaboration I promised you guys. My camera I forgot to charge overnight, and so I didn't have it all day, and it was complete bull. So I'm sorry I couldn't. Next time I go, I will record, definitely, and I will make sure it's plugged. So, let's get right into this thing then. Welcome back to Monday Night Deck Profiles. The reason I'm doing this is because I just recently built this deck. I got these cards when I was down at Gamer's Edge. I bought 2 Gorgonic Guardians. Their effects are, once per turn, get rid of an Exceeds material during battle phase, during your phase, whenever. So, activate it once during your turn, activate it once when they attack you. Boom. What it does is it turns their attack to 0, which does damage to them. And then also, or if you want, you can use its second effect, which doesn't cost removing an Exceeds material. Any monster on the field with 0 attack, you can destroy automatically. And that's what this deck revolves around. Making monsters go from their power level to 0, and then just ripping on the freaking, on the life points. In ones, and yes, I don't have very many monsters in this deck, so I don't have any single monsters, so double snare. It basically disables a spell or trap that they use to rebuttal against you. Dark Snake Syndrome. What this card does is when it's played, both player takes 200. Every turn, that 200 gets multiplied by 2. So basically, the next turn when it's his turn, both players take 4. Next turn after that, both players take 8. Next turn after that, both players take 16. Next turn after that, both players take 3,300. And then that's as far as I got, and I won the duel against myself with it. Cold Feet. Neither player can activate spells, traps, or set spells and traps for 1 turn. A Swords of Revealing Light for stall. Denketo, the Cure Master, with the combo of Destruction Ring, which does 1,000 damage to both players by destroying a card on your side of the field. Yep. Just Desserts, 500 points of damage to your opponent for each card on their field. Ojama Trio in correlation to that, because it puts 3 Ojama tokens on their side of the field, 1,000 defense, 0 attack, so if you have something to switch that, that's easily usable for Gorgonic Guardian. And when they're destroyed from the field, your opponent takes 1,000, so that's 3,000 right there. Plus Snake Syndrome, that's instant kill. Not instant kill, but it's still decent amount of damage, 6,000 at least. They can't use the Ojama tokens to double up monsters, like summon monsters that require 2 tributes. They can't be tributed or used for Xyz, so that's nice. Or synchroed. So they basically stay on the field forever until you get rid of them. Ultimate Offering for double monsters. Call the Haunted to get back a monster. Mind Haze, pay 500 life points, look at your opponent's face downs, and look at his hand. Great way. This is the card I was talking about. 0 Gravity changes all monsters. So change them. 0 Gravity, all the Ojama tokens become attack. That's 0. Gorgonic Guardian, boom, boom, boom. Open range. It's also good. You can play that in correspondence to Just Desserts, because then they'll take 15. Type 0 Magic Crusher. It basically destroys you destroy 1 spell card and deal 500 damage to your opponent. It doesn't negate the effects, so Pot of Greed on that, and then, Pot of Greed is in here. Tower of Babel, place up to 4 spell counters on this. Last person to place the last spell counter on it gets 3,000 damage done. Rock Bombardment, pick a rock type from your deck, destroy it, and does 500 damage. Thunder of Ruler. Opponent can't activate their battle phase. Phoenix Chain. Wabuku. That was my Yoshi voice. Time Seal. Opponent can't draw next turn. Secret Barrel. They take 200 damage times the number of cards on their field and in their grave. Great for Ojama tokens. Once again, this deck, if you haven't noticed, really, really rips through life points. 2 Graceful Charities. Once again, this deck is up for edit, though, so if you guys want to. Then, 3 Gorgonic Cerberuses. Turns all rock monsters on the field to level 3. So that's a great way to get out Gorgonic Guardian. 3 Gorganic Gargoyles. I don't know how that's a gargoyle, but basically what it does is when you summon an a rock type monster, you get special it from your hand. It's level 3, so Cerberus, that freaking Gorganic Guardian, or Cerberus, and if you have 3 Gorganic Guardians, Gorganic Gargoyles in your hand, boom, boom, boom. That's freaking it's 2 Gorganic Guardians. Gorganic Ghoul. Pay 300 life points. If you have another Gorganic monster on the field, you can special this. When you special this, you can special one more from your hand. You can do this once per turn. With Cerberus, turns it to level 3. And this is my all-time favorite for this deck. Gorganic Golem. Looks a lot like a cobra. But what it does is, when it's destroyed, the opponent's monster's attack becomes 0. You can banish this from your graveyard. Opponent's monster becomes 0. And basically, your opponent can't activate spells or traps to negate this. So, that's always great. 3 Weed of Greed. If you can tell, I just said Weed of Greed. Weed of Greed. That's what I'm calling this from now on. It's the Weed of Greed. Weed be greedy. And then 3 MSTs, of course. That is my that is my Gorganics. If you notice, I only had 4 monsters. You know why? Because the Gorganics only ever printed 5 monsters. The 4 plain ones and this. Thankfully, none of them are banned or limited or whatever. So, that works out. I mean, you don't have to worry about it being, you know, like, not having enough monsters. Because my friend, he wants a deck that's really good with his Venom and Naga, because he doesn't win duels that often. He wants to get good before our big tournament held at school. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, you guys. Remember the death box. And also, hi, Joe. I hope you're watching. I sent Joe a message over Facebook saying I made a cool new deck, either if he wants to watch it tomorrow when it's uploaded, or if he wants to just come to the library and duel me tomorrow in person. Because I'll probably just be dueling my buddy Matt. And Saturday, I might, instead of going to Gamer's Edge this weekend, I might be going to the flea market instead. If you know what a flea market is, it's basically a giant exchange thing. If you ever watched the episode of Traja from MLP, basically mimics that. Alright, bye you guys, remember the death box, and see you in the next video.